Hello and welcome back to Crypto Cats, and this is This Week in Crypto. It's Monday, November 17th. We're going to be talking about where we are right now this week in crypto. We're going to start with Bitcoin, but I've got a couple of altcoins I want to talk to you about today, and we are sitting really right at the edge of a true bear market, about to fall through, but we're finding some support right now. Let's take a look at the charts today. So this is the Bitcoin chart. This is the weekly chart. And as you can see, we are sitting at 93,612 right now. And we are sitting at a level of support right here at the 93,000 mark. So there, and all through here, you can see a pretty clear level of support that we're sitting at. So the question here, is this the end of the down period, or are we going to continue to go further down? Well, what I believe, not financial advice, but what I believe by looking at some of the data and the charts here, is that we're definitely coming into oversold territory down here on the RSI. As you can see, that is 39.41 on the RSI. 30 is completely oversold. That means that we have too much selling pressure, and that there's going to have to be some buys coming in soon. So we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. What I could see end up happening here, of course, you can see the clear line last week that it came below the SMA 50 level here, and that has been a clear drawdown that we came clearly and closed well below the SMA 50, which last week was at 102,813. And right now we're at 93,626. So we are definitely in a bear market territory here as of right now. And what I could see end up happening is one of two things. I don't see a real clear rejection of this and going completely straight up from there into all-time highs. I don't see it without some bit of resistance. And this is what I mean by that. I could easily see filling a gap right back up to 102, 103 level, and then end up coming back down and retesting this level at 93,000, okay? If it comes back down and retests the level at 93,000, so in other words, if over the next week or so we see a movement up and it touches that line there at 103, 102, which is the SMA 50 line, simple moving average, we could see it go up to that. And I could definitely see it try to make a little rebound there up to that. But it'll test that level. And what it will do is it'll either come up above that and probably come back down and retest that level to make a bounce, or the other scenario that I could see easily happening is that it tests this level, and honestly, this is kind of what I'm leaning towards, that it tests this level and then comes back down to retest at 93. If it comes back down to retest at 93, it's very well possible that it will crash down and we could end up seeing fresh new lows here at about 87,000, which would be right in this level. Like I've been saying, that 87 to 88,000 level is key. And if it comes through that, because you see where I'm getting all of that, all the mud right here, all this consolidation right here, that we could end up coming back down into that mud, and it could even possibly go back down into the 70,000 level down here. And so I think my sentiment is that we're in bear market territory still, and that it may take a little while for us to get out of that. Now, I want to take a look at a couple of altcoins just to kind of give you an idea of where the entirety of the market is at right now. And so let's take a look at Solana and where we're at with Sol right now. Now, Solana is trading right now, as of this time, at 135.54. That's pretty low. But as you can see on the Fibonacci retracement tool right here, there's a level right at 120. Let's see if I can move my pen here. Right at 126, 127, right there, that we could likely see a bounce from. We saw it back in June. We saw it at those levels back in April and even March, trading at that 125, 126, 127 level there where it was consolidating. And as you can see, and this is the weekly chart as well, by the way, of Solana, the SMA 50 is 176.61. So we're trading well below that even right now as we speak. So I could see a possible bounce down, touching that 126 level, testing it, and then possibly bouncing back up and retesting at about 160, consolidating for a while and then making a decision whether it's going to try to come back up and move past that SMA 50 line or whether it's going to continue down. Now, my opinion, Solana only has so far down to go. The last time that we saw anything major on the downturn was $95, and that was back in April when we saw that really big crash. We could possibly see that again. Honestly, I don't believe in my heart of hearts that we're going to get down to $100 or below with Sol. But I believe that because Bitcoin's going to end up rebounding, you're going to see these altcoins beginning to rebound as well and doing likely the same thing. Until Bitcoin dominance goes so far below that these altcoins end up unpegging from Bitcoin, you're going to see it continue to follow the Bitcoin pattern, at least staying within the framework of that pattern closely. Now, let's take a look at another chart here. Let's take a look at Hyperliquid. Now, Hyperliquid is one that I did a video on recently. And Hyperliquid this week, actually, let me go to the daily candlestick chart. Okay, so on the daily chart of Hyperliquid, we're sitting at $37.24. We're in some consolidation here. And obviously, we are well under the 50-day simple moving average on the chart, which is at 41.78. But we've been consolidating and continually moving down gradually. My prediction on Hyperliquid, and it has been that we're going to come down and touch this 34.35 level that you see right here, the green line. It's touched it 1, 2, 3, 4 times since October. And the last time that it touched that level was back in June when we saw that level. And so I believe that it's going to retest that level at some point here and end up bouncing back up into testing this $40 range right here. And like with Bitcoin, with the altcoins, if you see a pattern here, really the prediction is that we're still going to go down a little bit more, probably at least one, if you're going in levels, one more level down likely. Now it may, all of these coins may revive up periodically because there needs to be some sort of buys. It can't just only go down forever, but possibly going to be some a day or two which we see a little bit of a rebound, but then likely going back down to test new support levels. That's the overall prediction that I have in the market this week. We'll see what happens. One other coin that I wanted to look at was Tron, which is trading right now on a support level at 29 cents. As you can see right here, it's been testing this 29-cent level on the daily chart for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. About 5 or 6 days that's tested that. Actually was up, and then about 3 or 4 days before that as well. So it's been sniffing this 29-cent level, trying to figure out where it's going to go. Likely it's going to continue to consolidate on that until the market completely goes up. And then you're going to see it rebound off of the 29-cent level, and I believe come back up over 30 cents. And once it clears the 30 cents, I want to say, 30 cents mark, clearly it's going to come back up and test the resistance at 31 cents, which is the SMA 50 on the daily chart for Tron. So it'll probably touch that, and depending on where we are in the market, if the market is up, it could come shooting past that into an opportunity to work its way toward all-time highs, or it could end up retesting that level, not all-time highs, but more of a local high here of 36 cents. Or it could end up easily as well just getting rejected at those levels. And so keeping an eye on Tron, keeping an eye on Hyperliquid, the altcoins, Solana, like I said, I think that it's going to come back down a little bit more in the 125 and test that, and then it's going to shoot back up, and then we're probably going to be in the 158 to 160 range for a little bit. So this week, I'm going to deem this week as a week of consolidation. This is what I believe is that after all the heavy selling, you're going to see probably early on this week a move back up. I'm talking overall in the market. You're going to see some moves back up, and then you will see consolidation, likely for the rest of the week. Not financial advice, my opinion, looking at the technical analysis on the chart. And then it's going to retest some levels there in that mid-range and then make a decision likely from there. So I'm optimistic in the long run, but it may take us a little bit to get there. Be patient, everyone. Start accumulating at these levels. Start accumulating once we get down in the Bitcoin levels of 87 to 90,000. And I hope that this video was beneficial to you today. That was This Week in Crypto. Make sure that you like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. We're live or sending a video out every weekday. So you want to make sure you stay up to date on that, obviously. And also check out our X account at CryptoCatsReal. And also, if you are interested in investing in crypto, maybe you've never done it before, maybe you just need a centralized exchange, check out our referral link for Coinbase and the link in the description of this video as well. So, until next time, God bless.